Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Squid Junction 42, hosted by Dapple Productions. My name's Riley. I'm still here with Weef, and we are heading on into Losers Semifinals, where we shall be seeing Right Arrow versus Lando Tusk. Now, this one's slightly interesting because I believe this is a rematch of something we already saw on Winners Semifinals. So, funny how we both ended up here again. But regardless, we're going into zones on Mako Mart.
It's like TC Inkblot. It's just one of the staple maps. It's like, okay, it's balanced, I guess. It's good enough. We'll take it over the sludge that's the rest of this game's map pool. I don't know. I'm trying to recall what both of these teams run, but I'm not quite remembering. I feel like buckets are going to be good here. Anything that can kind of shark under the stacks can really take good advantage of this map, as well as the drop of the ever important drop. But backline weapons can do pretty well here. You can make a lot work. There's not a whole lot you can make work on this map. That's not just completely unviable, to be honest.
True. Now, in all fairness, you're in luck because Right Arrow was the kind of double bucket team that we saw running before with the Trivo and the Machine. And Lando Tusk, I'm gonna be honest, I do not know what they ran because I was not watching the stream then. Good for me.
I was watching it, just not very intently. We're calling ourselves out here.
I did look though, and Lando Tusk does have Baja on the roster, who's a Tetra player, so I have that to look forward to because Tetra is never not fun to watch. But aside from that, not really expecting anything too far out of the norm, to be honest.
It's like with a good Tetra, it's fun because you're watching a good player on a fun weapon. If it's a bad Tetra, it's also just incredibly fun to watch because you're just watching a player throw their body at the enemies for like 5 minutes and get absolutely nothing accomplished. But to my knowledge, Baja's a pretty good one, so I think we got ourselves a little bit of a show here.
Very much so. Both teams just kind of readying up. They have to be thinking back to what they saw each other run before. So, I don't know. It seems like the Right Arrow team is kind of thinking this through to counter them because, I don't know, they did win previously, but I don't know. It's kind of hard to say, but I don't know.
It's worth noting. Yeah, it's worth noting that we're going to zones. Oh my god, sorry, exploding with my mind. It's worth noting that we're going to zones twice, which is certainly interesting. And then Clam Scorch is also just this is an interesting little map list we've got here, if I do say so myself.
Very true. When you consider the whole banning maps format thing, I did see that Rainmaker Flounder got banned, as well as Tower Undertow. So I guess they just really didn't want to deal with any double bucket nonsense. I mean, they still probably will have to, but just do it on more even ground, I guess.
And to be fair, even without the threat of double bucket just like messing up your day, Rainmaker Flounder is just not a good map. I'm sorry, folks. I'm not a fan. I wouldn't want to play there either.
No need to apologize. I don't really know if that's a quote-unquote hot take, but
oh, you'd be surprised. You would be very surprised, my friend. We are gonna go into it though. Gonna see a 52 from the side of Lando Tusk, along with 2 splashes and the aforementioned Tetras. While the side of Right Arrow is gonna bring out triple splash machine, of course. What else would you expect?
Now, it is interesting because we have Ninja Squid on Tetras, which is not really anything I feel like I've ever seen before, which I'm not saying that it's like a weird decision or anything, because, I mean, Ninja Squid is a really friggin' good ability, but I don't know. Usually I see, like, Haunt or QR or even Respawn Punisher on Tetras sometimes, so I don't know. What will they cook?
They're cooking up a Reef Slider, which is unfortunately just going to get them killed, because Reef Slider it's a special. It's certainly a special. Looks like they are going to be able to get the zone back, them being Right Arrow, but Lando Tusk still has a tiny bit of presence. They are 2 down. They have a crab tank at the ready, which I'm assuming they're going to try to use on the retake here if they don't get picked off. But Right Arrow's setting themselves up pretty good. This machine is looking like they're going to get set up under the drop over here, which is just one of the most annoying things, is trying to get out and there's a machine in your way. Not a fan, not a fan. Crab tank going to come out and, bring Right Arrow to the lead over here, it looks like.
Yes, the machine bringing down Violet as well, not able to get the trade-off on the mist. Yeah, the mist here, as they try to burn, as Right Arrow burns their specials, but they're able to build theirs and cap zone through it all. Even though Baja is the last alive, and that is a delayed wipe, but still, that slaps Right Arrow with a pretty hefty penalty. So...
yeah, buying themselves more time is the name of the game here. Getting themselves a chance to get a stronger push going. That's all they really needed. And hopefully we'll see them take that opportunity and run with it.
Very true here. Baja able to get a nice pick here off on the side, able to distract the machine. They do have the Reef Slider at the ready. Slapping Right Arrow again with another penalty. Able to get a pick with the Reef Slider. No way! I've never seen one of those before. It's a 3v3 now. Baja and Violet wreaking a lot of havoc, but now that's a wipeout just when Lando Tusk was shy of getting through their penalty.
Yeah, super, super unfortunate. And if you look up at the top screen there, Right Arrow has all of their specials ready, which I'm sure is going to make it just absolutely obnoxious for Lando Tusk to try to get back in. You've got 2 crabs to go through, a Booyah Bomb, Tri-Strikes. It's not going to be fun. It's really not going to be fun, and they're running out of time, it looks like. Popping some specials of their own. The Crab Tank and the 52's Whale going to come out, but the Crab is going to get shredded by Right Arrow's own. Reef Slider, though, having its own little niche there of capping the zone, doesn't quite get it enough to apply a penalty. Zone is going to get stalled a little bit here. Mist is going to get a nice pick and going to get a jump into Baja, and that's going to be Lando Tusk once again buying themselves a little more time, but more than that, they're going to get a push going off, it looks like.
Yeah, that was a very clutch bit of team play there from Lando Tusk to take control of zone, and they will be getting through their penalty because of it. But yeah, once they got control of zone, they all just kind of scattered, and I really don't feel like that's what they need to be doing right now. But oh, that bomb was so clutch. And it's just one left alive on the side of Right Arrow here on zone. So Lando Tusk is going to keep up that good push. This could be lead for them. They seem to have pulled through with the teamwork they needed.
They are 2 down, but they're running. Right Arrow is running out of time. Few points left on the board. It's going to be contested. But the players of Lando Tusk are doing a great job of getting back in. That's going to be the lead getting swapped here. 2 down on the side of Right Arrow. Not going to be a lot of time for them left, and Lando Tusk is kind of keeping the zone painted here. If not capping, is stalling it for longer and longer. 5 points left on the board. Right Arrow is not going to be able to cap it. Lando Tusk taking a game 1, and notably, this is a best of 3. They only have to take 1 more to, get that revenge thing going.
That was a very dense ending sequence right there. Kind of hard to keep track of what all just happened. But it really looked like Right Arrow was about to take control of zone yet again. I think it's like Lando Tusk only had 1 player on zone, but then they were able to ward it off anyway, and like they also had specials at the ready. I don't know, but still, Lando Tusk, that was a very hairy start of that game. So it was a very impressive comeback. Definitely well played to them. They've got to be feeling pretty good here. But it is Scorch Clan Blitz right now, so
Certainly an interesting one. I feel like the Crab Tanks are going to come back out here just because the mid of Scorch, it's just a big old bowl, and you're just so vulnerable there. If there's just a crab, it's gonna completely halt your progress. You have the tower, but I mean, it doesn't really do a lot. Especially, actually, if you get a crab up on that tower, it can be very, very devastating. It's one of the better ones. I think Scorch is pretty good on Rainmaker and Clams, and then completely awful on the other ones. But it has its moments. It has an alternate route. You can take that the left route if you're pushing to kind of shake things up a little bit. But it is still a choke point. It still has some issues. I'm interested to see how these players respond.
I really don't know if I'd recommend ever pushing left. It seems like, I'm sure it has its uses, but in the same way that, like, I don't know, I can't think of a funny enough analogy. Basically, I just I don't think I've ever seen anyone do it, and for good reason, but I don't know. They could do something funny there with, like, the Tetras or something.
Yeah,
But
that's mostly like a little breakaway thing.
I don't know. Like, mid on this map, you could compare it to a bowl, but I think it's more like a bunt cake pan, because it's like a bowl, but it's got the stick in the middle. I don't know.
To think about.
Yeah, this is the good, insightful commentary. But either way, both teams are kind of close to being through here. I can't really imagine that either team will change much up, because, I mean, Right Arrow was running pretty much the same stuff that we saw them run in kind of the winners semi set, so I don't know. It's meta for a reason. Don't mess with the formula. But actually, no, we do see Storm Hero bring out that ballpoint from earlier.
Once again, very interesting. God, there's nothing to distinguish the two now. How are we ever going to tell them apart? Anyway, we see finally, just normal. I don't know what I'm saying. This mid is being contested. Wow, beginning of a game, Crab going out, crazy, unprecedented stuff here.
We're really reinventing the wheel. But that is 2 down on the side of Right Arrow, and mid control is pretty split here, but Baja and Mist or actually Baja and Apple are out here frontlining. They're trying to get a clam started. Apple trying to grab them, but they're not able to get it in. It's just the splash is alive, and they're forced to kind of cower back as Right Arrow kind of quickly takes control of mid. And it doesn't seem like they have a lot of clams together, though, and in fact, Lando Tusk was able to kind of respond to that relatively quickly here. It's just Violet kind of pushed up here. Baja has gone down. Violet forced to jump back. Mist on the crab here is trying to make something happen, but Right Arrow is definitely in a really solid spot to push here, but Baja rushing in, not able to make anything happen. In fact, it seems like Storm... Oh, the crab tank was able to get Storm down as well, but that will still be a push for Right Arrow.
That is the power of a clam, just able to kind of stop that push in its tracks for a few seconds. Not for very long, but they did buy their team some time to get back in there, start going behind as this the 52 player is doing. They do get all the way down to 50 points. This is going to be basically the end of this push. Not much more is going to happen there. Lando Tusk is going to be starting to push back into mid, but overall it could have been a lot worse for them, but it could have been a lot better too.
Very much so. Lando Tusk, Apple here trying to just kind of take it slow in mid. There is one down on the side of Right Arrow. They are able to bring down the machine as well. It's just the Splash and Ballpoint left alive now. This is time for them to push up. Storm has popped the Inkjet, but that does seem to have been kind of a premature one, and it's under a lot of pressure from the Crab here. Now, Inkjet is certainly a lot better at countering Crab, but you still have to worry about that rapid fire, because that can just laser you down in an instant. And that seems to kind of be what just happened here. And it's a 3v3 now, but mid control's pretty split. Mist has the Crab, and in fact, Lando Tusk has a lot of clams, but they are 2 down now with 1 respawning. But now that's 2 down for Right Arrow. I keep wanting to say Light Arrow. Too much Zelda on the brain lately. Basically, just Lando Tusk is in a pretty good spot now. They might be able to get a push off this.
They do get a push, but I don't think it's going to be able to make anything stick here. Baja's the last one left alive. Looks like they're going to be jumping out too. Unfortunately, that crab that Lando Tusk set up on the edge of that ramp there just kind of got flanked and instantly shut down and was not able to exert the pressure that it needed to. And Storm Hero is going to be popping the Zuka, going to get picked off. No, not quite. Going to get, pressured by that reef slider at least. Not going to be able to get a push sticking here, but their Right Arrow is going to be forced out, it looks like.
Yes, but that is kind of a delayed 3 down for Right Arrow. Just a little more than 90 seconds left in this game. Delayed 2 down for Right Arrow at this point, too. Lando Tusk does have an opportunity to kind of push up here, but they are playing it safe. I guess they're just waiting to have some more specials online. They do have the Crab, which can be enough to stop a push, but it is getting pelted with bombs all over the place here. But Baja sneaking in through the back door. They will get punished for it, but that does draw them out of position for just a little bit here. Although Storm was able to get back into their good position pretty quickly and get a nice kill on Mist. But that's now a wipe for Right Arrow. This could be what they needed. This could be lead right here.
and they're pushing so fast here. Already getting in, already so close to taking the lead. They're only a few clams away, and they still have a special at their disposal. They have taken the lead, as you see on the screen there, and that clam is going to go even further. Looking like this game is gonna turn, really fast here. 52 still here doing what 52 does best, and just surviving against all odds. Gonna get jumps in, gonna go down, and that jump is gonna be entirely in vain, but that's a very impressive push there from Lando Tusk, and that basically just single-handedly turned the tide of the game and put Right Arrow in a position that I can imagine they really don't want to be in.
Apple was just breakdancing in their spawn in the 1v4. That was insane. But regardless, yes, less than 30 seconds left in the game here. Baja has respawned, but that's still one down on the side of Lando Tusk. The Booyah does come out. It doesn't really seem like it's going to accomplish much, but Storm does have the Inkjet ready. And, in fact, that's a trade now. And that's 2 down for Lando Tusk. Things are looking kind of rough here, especially now that they have more clams now. But that's 2 down for Right Arrow. 3 seconds left to go. And Mist, I believe that is, does have the crab ready. Baja does slow them down just a little bit. The Inkjet does get popped, but the crab is in a good spot to make something happen. And that's 2 down for Right Arrow. And that's going to be game. That is Lando Tusk pulling off the comeback defeat against Right Arrow, the team that sent them to losers. Very well played.
Yeah, what an upset there. That's something you always love to see, that little storyline there, but absolutely great job to Lando Tusk. 2 very close games that they just kind of managed to take back, worming themselves out of some very uncomfortable situations. You have to think maybe Right Arrow, after getting defeated by Decay, is starting to not feel so great. Kind of a little bit of a downer there. I don't know. We'll never know. But Lando Tusk going to be going on, I believe, to face... Hold on. I have the bracket up, but I hate it here. This bracket is so big. There are so many players playing tonight. It's a beautiful thing to see, but it is a pain for me to have to scroll through. Let's see. Yeah, Lando Tusk is going to be going on to face Decay, who did get taken out by Nightmare, but absolutely a force to be reckoned with, as we've seen. But that's going to be it for now. I'm imagining we're going to take a little short break before we move on to Losers Finals.
Most certainly. Losers Finals is certainly going to be exciting, so don't go away.